Hi there, welcome back. Your practice tip this week is about sneaky practice, practicing without your instrument. I have my instrument here to kind of get us started, but I'm going to put it down a little bit, and I'm going to encourage you to do the same. Our song of the week this week was Freight Train. This is a great example, a great song to use this kind of sneaky practice on. And we're going to do two different exercises. One is going to be what I call blocking, and the other is going to be visualization. But before we get started, let's just go over the chord progression so we kind of remember what it is on our instrument. So we start the verse on C, and then we go to G7, our mirror pattern. Flip that around, G7, back to C. Then we've got our split line between E7 and the F chord. And then we have a little G7 sandwich at the end. C, G7, back to C. So hopefully you've had fun kind of working with that and getting that committed to memory. One way that you can keep working on that and practicing it even when you don't have your instrument is through what I call blocking. Blocking is the process by which we kind of play a little air ukulele, if you will, but just with our left hand. What I'm going to do is take the fingers that I need to play each chord and touch them to my thumb, and I'm just going to kind of visualize along with that what chord I'm making and what it looks like on the fretboard. For example, my C chord, I'm going to take my ring finger and touch it to my thumb like this, and kind of look down on it and just kind of visualize for myself, remember where that ring finger goes on the fretboard. From there, I'm going to go, again, my mirror pattern from C to G7. So then I'm going to take all three fingers and touch them to my thumb, and then back to C. That's my mirror pattern. So once again, C to G7, back to C. And a nice way to do it is to just sing along with yourself. Freight train, G7, going so fast. Hold on to it. Freight train, C, going so fast. So you've got the song kind of running in your head, and you're just kind of blocking out the chords here. Next line, we're going to go to E7, so you need all three fingers again. You might notice that they feel a little bit different, feel a little bit of the shape. You might hold them a little bit differently on your finger, depending on how you sense that E7 shape. E7, and then you're going to switch to F. So just the two fingers, I might move the position of them to mimic how the middle finger goes in front of the index finger. You can see how I'm doing that there, whereas for the E7, I might have pushed the index finger in front. E7 to F, and then a little G7 sandwich at the end. C to G7, back to C. And again, you can sing through the whole song this way. Freight train, going so fast. Freight train, going so fast. E7, please don't say what train I'm on. They won't know what a route I've gone. And as you can see, I really emphasize where the chord changes come, and that helps me connect what I'm singing to where the chord progressions come to. I've left the strumming out of it entirely, really just focusing on lining up that singing and the chord changes. So that is blocking. The other exercise you can use either before blocking or in addition to blocking is just visualization. If you close your eyes with me for a second, can you visualize the C chord on your fretboard? Visualize your hand making that C chord. Visualize it making the G7. Coming back to the C, and then to that E7, visualize the F, visualize back to C, to G7, and back to C. It's almost like you are running a movie in your mind, if you will. And this is great for when you're going to bed at night, or you're just kind of taking a moment to close your eyes in the middle of the day. Run the movie of this song in your head and sing it to yourself. Can you change those chords at the same time as you're singing, as you would physically? Can you change those chords at the same time in the movie in your mind? Let's try it. Close your eyes. Just visualize that C chord to start and see how you do. It's a great way of remembering what the chord progression is in general. Can you visualize it? Let's try it. 2, ready, and freight train, going so fast. Freight train, going so fast. Please don't tell what train I'm on. They won't know what route I've gone. And if you want, let's try it again. And you can combine the visualizing with the blocking. If it's helpful to have your fingers still moving, let's try that. So visualize and block at the same time. Close your eyes. Ready and freight train, going so fast. Freight train, going so fast. Please don't tell what train I'm on. They won't know what route I've gone. And pause right there. So 2 exercises you can use to try to just deepen your chord knowledge, and also, again, that connection to between the lyrics and the chord changes as well, leaving the strumming entirely out of it. Always nice to line up those different layers and give some focus to them. Let me know how it goes. If you have any questions or comments, let me know in the comment section below this video here. Or you can also just send me a quick email about it as well, and I'd love to hear how it works for you. Enjoy.
One more quick thing. If you found this video helpful, I encourage you to consider becoming a member. It's a great way to say thank you, to keep this channel going, and to enjoy some extra perks and resources. You can learn more by clicking join next to the subscribe button below. Thank you so much for the support.